Hey guys, I'm Noah from American Muscle, and you're looking at the sequential LED taillights with gloss black housings and smoked lenses for the 1999 to 2004 Mustang, excluding the 99 to 01 Cobra. Now, if you're looking for a sweet set of dark taillights with that sequential function, then these are really going to strike your fancy. Sequential stuff is seriously awesome, and I think they always add a certain something to just about any application. Now, first of all, these guys are LED lights, which means they're going to be super bright and they're really going to stand out on your ride. Now, that being said, you'll also be more visible to other drivers on the road as well, which could save you from any potential accidents. Now, these guys do have a gloss black housing, which is that nice dark base behind everything. And then around to the front, they're closed off with a smoked lens, so that's going to add another layer of darkness. And just my personal take, these are really going to pop on a light colored example and look their best blending in with a darker paint color. Now, when the lights are on, they have a nice red color to them with that classic 3-line design on the running light, and that's where the sequencing will happen, and they'll blink across those lines with your turn signals. These taillights are constructed out of an injection molded ABS plastic, and their overall build quality is really outstanding. Now, they look and feel like an OEM part, which in my book is really a great thing, and so often aftermarket lights are plagued with poor build quality and they just feel cheap, and that's simply not the case with these taillights. Now, the housings are weather sealed and they're going to hold up against moisture very well, which means the LEDs inside of them are safe. And then lastly, these guys are designed to plug and play. They'll drop right in where the old ones came out, right down to the wiring. These taillights come in right around $380. Now, these are going to be just about middle of the road in terms of pricing for taillights on your Mustang. Choosing the perfect set can be tricky because there's tons of options out there, but like I said before, the main selling point of these guys is that they're sequential. Now, there are plenty of lights out there for a similar price point that aren't sequential, so these might be a great choice for you if that makes or breaks your ideal taillight. These taillights have an install difficulty of 1 out of 3 wrenches. They are plug and play, so you can count on the install taking around an hour to complete. Now, installation on these guys should be manageable for just about anybody if you take your time. Speaking of install, next up, here's an AM customer who's going to show you how to do it.
So the tools needed for the job: the trim removal tool, 1/4-inch ratchet, 11mm socket, 10mm socket, small screwdriver or pick, flashlight. This is not needed, but it just speeds it up. It's an electric impact. Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to remove and replace your 99 to 04 Mustang taillights. These are LED. The first thing you're going to do, you're going to come over to your passenger side, open your glove box, and pop your trunk. That yellow button in there. Then you're going to grab your trim tab holder. You're going to open up the trunk. Once you're in here, you're going to take out these 4 plastic grommets to remove this trim piece. So you're going to take your trim removal tool and get under and pop them out one at a time. Take this off. After you get all these pieces out, you're going to grab a 10mm socket and use a ratchet. Try to use this a little bit faster. You're going to come down here. You're going to unscrew these 2 nuts right up in here. And you're going to do the same to the other side. Once that's done, you can bend these out of the way a little bit. Once you bend that out of the way, you're going to have access to the 4 studs behind the light. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. After you move that panel over, you're going to get ready to 10 mil, put on an 11mm socket. On this side, for the passenger side, you are going to need a ratchet. Take off the first one, take off your second one up top, take off your third one over here, and the final one, you're going to have to switch to a ratchet. There's not enough room for power tools in there. To get those four 11mm nuts off, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab a small pick or a small screwdriver. And here's your light harness plug. I'm going to move this little red tab down. Pull this back and pull up. That disconnects it. Once that's all done, your taillight's ready to come out. So you're gonna pull back gently. These are easy. Then you come back here and jimmy this rubber grommet out. You pinch in a certain point. Just pinch around. And that's your taillight. You're going to repeat the process on the other side. So move this out of the way. Then you're going to get your 11mm socket. Undo the 4 nuts on the back of the light. They're located here, here, over here, and down here. Once you're done with that, until it's ready to come out, you're gonna jimmy it out. And then you're gonna come back here after you take off the 4 11mm nuts, you're gonna come back to your plug with your pick. You're gonna slide that little red clip down, open this clip, and pull. And after that, your taillight's ready to come out. So it should just come out nicely. No need force. And then your rubber grommet back here. Feed that through. And your taillight's out. These are the old taillights, factory, but mine are tinted, so they're a little darker. And here's the new taillights. Much cleaner design. Now that you got your taillights out, ready for your new taillights. You're gonna come over here, take the wiring into here, push the rubber grommet in. Now line up these 4 studs into these 4 holes. Should go in nice and easy. Here, come on this side, and you're gonna grab your 4 11mm nuts. You're gonna screw them onto the studs from the back side. There's 1, there's 2. Fold this out of the way. There's 3. And then here's 4. Grab your 11mm socket. And if you're using power tools, don't tighten all the way. Switch your 11mm over to your ratchet. Make sure they're tight. Once your tail light's installed and screwed in, you're gonna come over here, grab your resistor, come back down here. You're gonna plug it in. Take your pick, move the little red tab up, grab your resistor, peel off double-sided tape. Plug the resistor in and mount it to secure location. There, car's ready to go back together. So you're gonna come up here, put these two studs in the holes, grab the 10mm nuts, tighten them up. Now repeat the process on the other side. You're gonna get your passenger side tail light. Once again, feed the wires through the hole. And push in the ground. Line up these 4 studs and these 4 holes. Grab your 11mm nuts. Do the back of the tail light. And I'm gonna tighten them up just a little bit. And for that last one, I'm going to switch over to a ratchet. Nut them all up. After that's done, you can get your taillight plug, plug it in, take your pick, slide the red tab up, and get your resistor. Peel off the tape, find a secure location. Once that's done, this is ready to go back together. Put this, put the studs in the holes, and with the 10mm nuts, I'm gonna put them onto the studs. Switch over to your 10mm. plastic trim and a light. I'm gonna come back over here. Line up the holes. Simply push them in. Come back. Grab your little thumb screws. Separate the washer on here. And line it up. And line up the washer inside the hole. So make sure it sits back in good. Screw this back on. Go to the other side. Line up the washer in the hole. Put the thumb screw on. They're just plastic, so don't do them too tight or you'll strip them out. And then that completes it.
Those were the sequential LED taillights with gloss black housings and smoked lenses for the 99 to 04 Mustang, excluding the 99 to 01 Cobra. Now, as always, for all things Mustang, go ahead and keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.